start the Shiva upasana mantra. Shiva upasana. By this time you are all experts in interpreting the words of the Vedas, the inner meaning. Shivopasana means what? That's what we first need to understand. What is the significance of Shiva upasana? When we understand that, then we'll be able to connect to the mantra much better. What is Shiva? Who is Shiva? See, I didn't say who is Shiva, I said what is Shiva. Because God has no gender, no? It is divine consciousness. When we think about Shiva, what does that word Shiva mean? Positivity, auspiciousness, serenity. And this is the meaning of the word Shiva. Then, when you know what is Shiva, you will understand who is Shiva. If what is Shiva is positivity, serenity, auspiciousness, and as described in the Vedas, Kalyana, Mangala, Shubha, all these aspects of supreme positivity, you cannot even comprehend how much positivity it is. If that is what is Shiva, then who is Shiva? The one that has all those qualities means the one who is not affected by any kind of negativity is Shiva. You understand? If what is your defined, then who is the one that is living that consciousness. The one who is living that consciousness is Shiva. And who is living that consciousness? The one who is not touched by any kind of negativity is Shiva. Shiva doesn't mean somebody who is white in color, with matted hair, lot of water flowing out of his matted hair, chilling out in Himalayas. Hello. See, any kind of negativity that is untouched by him is Shiva. What are those negativities? That he is actually touched by all those negativities but unaffected by all those negativities. Shiva is the one who is living in a burial ground. Means what? Where all the dead bodies go to him only. That much how much negativity he is living in a burial ground. And what he is adorning, he takes the ash of those dead bodies and smears upon himself. Now, can you imagine? The one who is living in burial ground, that much kind of negativity, all the bhuta, preta, pishacha, brahma rakshasa, yaksha, yamaduta, shakini, dhakini, sarpa. Now I am describing all negative elements. Sarpa, apada, taskara, vrushchika, jwara, all these are negativities. All are associated with him. Now you see. That is Shiva. When he is actually adorned by all these negativities, now you understand why is he attracting all those negativities?
Because he is very positive.
Because to protect us from all those negativities. Now you see, this is the beauty of Shiva. The ultimate aspect of sacrifice is Shiva. The ultimate, you cannot even comprehend so much positivity that he will be touching the dead bodies and he will be taking care of the dead bodies, but the negativity of the dead bodies will not touch them. Now, what is he actually dead body? Now I am saying, describing all these things because you have to understand the significance of what you are learning. How is it related to our spiritual progress? When we understood, then we start learning the mantra. The mantra will have a lot more positive effect on us than simply learning the mantra or simply chanting the mantra. I'm taking just one word, Shivopasana mantra, which we are going to start. So what is Shiva? Who is Shiva? Chita Bhasma Lepo. He takes the Chita Bhasma and then he applies upon himself. Jatadhari, matted hair, doesn't even comb his hair. Not required. Hello? Not required. Now they can't even get matted hair, so they apply gel, so it will stick like that. He doesn't need gel. Jatadhari, Kanthe Bhujagapatihari. What is he adorning upon himself? Deadly cobras. All cobras are around him. Swami said very beautifully once. One lady complained in the interview room, Swami, look at that Seva and Swami. They are so bad, Swami. Swami said, thank God for that. If I leave them in the society, they will be hurting people. So I kept them as Sevadal here. Hello. Now you have to understand, and that's why I'm very grateful to the Sevadal. If a Sevadal shouts at me, I'm very happy. You know why? They're taking away millions of janmas of karmas by saying, Sai Ram, get out of here. Understand? Jatadhari, Kanthe Bhujagapatihari. Now what is he wearing? Deadly cobras. Then Dikpatadhari actually doesn't require any clothing. Why? He is Digambara. Digambara doesn't mean nude. Hello. People are interpreting Digambara means nude fellow who is poor and who doesn't have clothes. No, not like that. Digambara means the vesture of him are all the sides. North, east, west, south, up, down, everything, all of these directions are his vesture. Those are his clothing. Means what? He is infinite. He is unimaginable. He is incomprehensible. Achintya, Amogha, Ameya, Aprameya, Apramana. He is unbelievably that infinite in abundance and grace. Now, Kanthe Bhujagapatihari, Pashupatihi. Pashupati. He is worshipped by every single aspect of nature. Not just good people go to him. As I said, Yaksha, Yamaduta, Brahmarakshasa, Pishacha, all the Ganas, everybody go and worship him. No question of who is coming, who is qualified, who is unqualified, no judgment around that. Who is coming and offering to me, is that fellow good or bad? Unconditionally, whoever comes and says, Om Namah Shivaya, 2 letters only, Shiva, and then put a bilvadala, pour some water, that's it. Happy, he will give whatever they want. Such simple, Sulabha Prasanna. Only you have to say 2 letters. Not even doing anything else, Shiva, and take a bilvadala, Shiva, he will be there. He is absolutely there to unconditionally give whatever you want. Whatever you want, he will give. Not as a what? Why I am saying whatever you want? Now what happened? This Vishnu, when he was worshipping Shiva, he needed 108 lotuses, and then 1 lotus was short. Now for Vishnu, entire body is lotuses only. Kararavinde, Rapadaravindam, Mukharavinde, Viniveshayantram, Vatasya Patrasya Putenivasam, Balam Mukundam Manasasmaran. Everything is lotus only. His eyes are lotuses, his hands are lotuses, his feet is lotuses, his face is lotus. Everything is lotus only. So what did Vishnu do? Vishnu said, okay, 1 lotus short. I'll take one of my eyes, 1 lotus, and offer it at the feet of Shiva. Such a great devotee of Shiva is Vishnu, nobody else. Greatest devotee of Shiva is Vishnu. Then what happened? He was so happy. Oh, you offered 1 eye for my puja, I will give half of my body to you. And he gave half of his body to Vishnu. And he said that's why it's called Channa Keshava. Vishnu and Shiva together is one form that is worshipped as Harihara Putra Ayyappa. Now you see, if you give 1 eye, what did he give? Half of his body. Who will do that? Nobody. And who will give half of the body to his wife? Nobody, only Shiva. Now who is Shiva? When you understand who Shiva is, now you have to say, if I have to be Shiva, I have to be Shiva means I have to have such positivity in the society, unaffected by any kind of negativity around you. That doesn't mean negativity will vanish. You are not affected by it. This is very important for the children in the society today, because they are exposed to so much of negativity, all kinds of people, all kinds of agenda, all kinds of stuff hanging around them. But you should not be affected by that. Then you are Shiva. Not only being affected by it, unconditionally giving and forgiving, that is Shiva. It's a beautiful thought Swami gave over this weekend. Thanksgiving. Everybody says Thanksgiving means I thank my father, I thank my mother, I thank my husband, I thank him forever because he's the one that is cooking, doing every kind of work at home. Thank him, thank that, thank this, thank. This is not saying thanks. Hello. Thanksgiving doesn't mean you say thanks. Thanksgiving. Giving is real thanks. Forgiving is real thanks. Giving is thanks, and therefore what does God do? When you say thanks to him, you say, what thanks you're saying? What thanks? My nature is giving. Therefore, I am thanks is equal to giving, and hence it is thanksgiving. When we actually give and forgive, unconditionally forgive, then you are Shiva. Otherwise, you are Shava, a dead body. Shiva and Shava. Shava means dead body. Shiva means positive body. Shava is negative, Shiva is positive. Now when you're all wondering, what is this uncle is giving too much lecture, when will I start the mantra, right? If you do not understand what is Shivam, who is Shiva, then you will not understand this mantra. Then you will not live this mantra. When you now learn this mantra with the attitude and the aptitude and awareness of who is Shiva, what is Shiva, now you start learning the mantra. You will see why this mantra is called Shivopasana mantra. Otherwise you will not even understand why it is called Shivopasana mantra. Now Shiva, upasana. Upasana means? Upasana means? Worshipping is what he said. Next, immediately he said, sitting next to him. Upasana means being closest and be seated in the consciousness of Shiva. That's why it is called Shivopasana mantra. Shivopasana means being rooted in the consciousness of Shiva. Upasana means, upa means close, asana means sitting, but actually even better meaning of that is being rooted in the awareness of Shiva. That is Shivopasana mantra. Now when we actually understood what is it that is to be being rooted in the consciousness of Shiva, Shiva consciousness is fundamentally the breath of the entire universe is Shiva consciousness. The breath of the cosmos is what is referred to as Shiva. And the breath of cosmos is what is called Veda. The breath of God consciousness is Veda. When we breathe in Shiva and when we breathe out Shiva, we are in Shivopasana. And that is what this mantra is going to. Now, every time when you are learning this, you have to ask the question, how am I getting rooted in the consciousness of Shiva? By chanting this mantra. When you learn the meaning of each of the mantras that we are going to learn, then you will understand why it is called Shivopasana mantra. And this Shivopasana mantra is actually part of Mahanarayana Upanishad. It's part of Narayana Upanishad in Vedas, in Taittiriya Samhita. Now, you all have the printout. Okay, looks like everybody got the printout. Very good. So let's start the mantra. It is divided into several parts. The first part of the mantra, you open my page here. It starts with a number of mantras that are actually extolling the different aspects of manifestation of Shiva consciousness. And each of them is followed by linga. Now we see Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapatantikaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Now we see every time we say Hiranyaya Namaha, Hiranyalingaya Namaha. You see all those lingas are coming as part of worshipping. As we go through this, I will explain why these lingas are coming in between. Okay? Let's start. Sri Saishwaraya Namaha, Hari Om. Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapataye Namaha. Namaha, not Namaha. People are chanting Namaha with ma up. Flat. Namaha is flat. Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapataye Namaha, Namaha, not Namaha, Namaha. Right? So that's what the mantra is saying. Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapatantikaya Namaha, Nidhanapatantikaya Namaha, Nidhanapatantikaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhva, not Urdhva. Meaning is different if you say Urdhva. Urdhva. I know it is difficult for many South Indians to pronounce those dhva, bha, pha like that. But they are important in syllables. If you change those syllables, the meaning is different. So you have to put an effort to pronounce those syllables. Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Namaha illa Namaha. Okay. Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Namaha. Okay, everybody is used to it. Namaha, Namaha. It's very difficult to change what you are used to, but you have to follow the swaras. Okay. Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Urdhvalingaya Namaha, Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Very difficult. Urdhvalingaya Namaha, Namaha, Hiranyaya Namaha, Hiranyaya Namaha, Hiranyaya Namaha, Hiranyalingaya Namaha, Hiranyalingaya Namaha, Hiranyalingaya Namaha, Suvarnaya Namaha, Suvarnaya Namaha, getting Suvarnaya Namaha, Suvarnalingaya Namaha, Suvarnalingaya Namaha, Suvarnalingaya Namaha. Yes. Too low scale for all of you. Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapataye Namaha, Nidhanapataye Namaha, निधनपतान्तिकाय नमः
निधनपतान्तिकाय नमः
नमः ऊर्ध्वाय नमः
ऊर्ध्वाय नमः ऊर्ध्वाय नमः
ऊर्ध्वलिङ्गाय नमः
ऊर्ध्वलिङ्गाय नमः ऊर्ध्वलिङ्गाय नमः
हिरण्याय नमः
हिरण्याय नमः
Namaha. Everybody is saying Namaha. I keep on saying, if you are not listening to the sound, Hiranyaya Namaha. See how I am saying Namaha? I am not saying Namaha. Everybody say Namaha. Listen to yourself. Hiranyaya Namaha.
हिरण्याय नमः हिरण्याय नमः
It's very difficult to change. That's okay. Go with the flow. Huh? But listen to yourself what you are saying. This is very important. Part of mantra chanting is to be able to listen to yourself. When you keep listening to yourself, then you will know what you are saying. Hiranyaya Namaha.
हिरण्याय नमः हिरण्याय नमः
Hiranyalingaya Namaha.
हिरण्यलिङ्गाय नमः हिरण्यलिङ्गाय नमः
Suvarnaya Namaha.
सुवर्णाय नमः सुवर्णाय नमः
Suvarnalingaya Namaha.
सुवर्णलिङ्गाय नमः सुवर्णलिङ्गाय नमः
Divyaya Namaha. Divyaya Namaha.
दिव्याय नमः दिव्याय नमः
Divyalingaya Namaha.
दिव्यलिङ्गाय नमः
Hello.
दिव्यलिङ्गाय नमः
Namaha. Can you say Namaha? Namaha. Not Namaha, right? Namaha, Namaha, Namaha. See, the swaras are very important, okay? Now, the rest of Sarvaya Namaha, Sarvalingaya Namaha, Sivaya Namaha, Sivalingaya Namaha, Jwalaya Namaha, Jwalalingaya Namaha. I'm saying the words so that I don't keep hearing Namaha with the higher scale. Atmaya Namaha, Atmalingaya Namaha, Paramaya Namaha, Paramalingaya Namaha. Now how many mantras are there with Lingakaras? Without Lingakaras, just the font. How many are there? Like count. Nidhanapataya Namaha, Urdhvaya Namaha, Hiranyaya Namaha, Suvarnaya Namaha, Divyaya Namaha, Bhavaya Namaha, Sarvaya Namaha, Jwalaya Namaha, Atmaya Namaha, Paramaya Namaha. How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah,
11. How many? 11, no? 11. Okay. Now, each one of them, with the exception of the first one, everything else has linga associated. What is this significance of this linga? What is linga? Yeah. Easter egg. Huh? Yes. Linga is Shiva. How? Shiva is form? No. He has all the third eye and all that stuff. What is linga then? What is the significance of linga? Something that is given to humanity to abuse with water and milk and curd and everything else. Keep pouring. Huh? Is that what linga is? What is the shape of the linga? Round.
Oval.
Oval. This oval shape has a significance, ellipsoid, right? It's like an ellipsoid. This ellipsoid has the context of no beginning, no end. What is the beginning and end of an ellipsoid? Impossible. In fact, if you draw a line to infinity, it will become a linga. That's what Swami Vivekananda said. If you draw a line to infinity, then it will become an ellipsoid. And everything associated with the movement of different planets and the galaxies, everything is ellipsoid in shape, not in round. It's the fundamental representation of infinity, no beginning, no end. Now, what is the actual meaning of the word linga? How is the word linga derived? The etymological origin of the word linga, liyate, gamayate, iti lingaha. Liyate, gamayate, iti lingaha. Liyate means merge, gamayate means emerge. The one that merges and emerges is linga. What is the difference between merge and emerge? Mr. Rudra, hello. Please sit properly. What is the difference between merge and emerge? Only young people. Huh? What's the difference between merge and emerge? No? You're shaking your head. Merge and emerge. What's the difference, Jai Sai Ram? Merge and emerge. You go. Merges you go.
And merges you come back.
Entry and exit. Right? Entry and exit is merge and emerge. What's the difference between merge and emerge? That's a very nice answer. You should have your own answer. Don't believe in other fellows' answer.
What is merge? It's only I just don't.
What? You don't know what merge and emerge. You haven't heard these words before? What is merge?
To make you into.
Merge is to go into, and emerge is?
To come out.
You come out. Yeah. See, what is merge and emerge? What's the? Yes, sir. E, exactly. The difference between merge and emerge is E. M-E-R-G-E, merge. E-M-E-R-G-E is emerge. Now you're doing such rocket science definitions. Emerge and emerge is the same. Difference is E. That E is energy. Between the two process of merging and emerging, only E is remaining constant, isn't it? Entry and exit. What is the constant word? E. That's it. Entry and exit is E. Difference is E. You have a remote control for
No.
me? Next time I'll give you a remote control.
How can the only common thing is merge, not E.
The only what I said, what is the difference between merge and emerge, not what is constant.
No, you said what is merge.
For entry and exit.
Entry and exit.
Between entry and exit, I know what I am talking.
You have to listen. You have to listen to it.
You have
No,
to.
Uncle, he agrees
I understand you have so many different things to manage. Very difficult to listen. First thing to manage is husband, second thing is son. Between two of them, your life is consumed, no time to listen. I understand that, but I know what I am saying. I asked what is the difference between entry, what is common between entry and exit is E. What is different between merge and emerge is E. So in either cases it is just E, and that E is energy.
So has this got any relationship with the Easter egg that also?
Oh yeah.
Just connecting.
Yeah, egg represents basically a symbol of creation, isn't it? Egg is nothing but a symbol of creation. Easter represents the time period when the resurrection of Jesus has happened, which is rebirth of Jesus. Resurrection is rebirth. That rebirth is now born in every one of us. And hence Swami is also Easter, because he is reborn on that particular day in every one of us. That rebirth is the symbol of energy merging and emerging. Resurrection is emerging. Death is merging. Death is merging, resurrection is emerging. What's constant is energy. There is nothing that is changing. It's the same thing, coming and going. Energy is constant. What it has changed is different forms. That's all it is, isn't it? So linga represents that symbol of constant energy that's coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. The cycle of coming and going. But the net energy is constant. Right? So when we are talking about Urdhvaya Namaha, first thing, Urdhvaya Namaha, going up, Urdhvalingaya Namaha, merging. Urdhvaya Namaha, emerging. Urdhvalingaya Namaha, merging, emerging. That's what it is describing, these two mantras, the phenomenon of merging and emerging. Hiranyayanam. Now, what is the meaning of these words? Now, when we understand that positivity, the energy is always constant, it is not changing, then you won't be affected by what is changing. To connect to the changeless in the changing is Shivopasana. Very complex. I made a simple statement. You are all sinking. Made to connect to the changeless in the changing. That is Shivopasana. You are really pensive. Trisha, come on. You're thinking, what is he saying? What we are connected to is always connecting to what is changing. Why? Because we are noticing what is changing, and therefore we connect to what is changing. The first thing that is changing is stock market. Every Monday morning, except holidays. We are very connected to that. It goes up, we go up. It comes down, we come down. Company stock goes up, we made lot of money on a single second. Company stock comes down, we are very depressed because it is changing. When we connect to what is changing, we are changing. Hello, our mind is changing with what is changing. When we are not connected to what is changing, but connected to the changeless in the changing, then what happened? You are unaffected. You are Shiva. You are closer to the consciousness of Shiva. What is it that is not changing? What is not changing? I already said. What is not changing? Energy is not changing. We are changing. Get up next day morning, some white hair has popped up somewhere on the head or somewhere. No. Connect to that, we are depressed. Arey, chalta hai, maybe one more white hair, so what? Right? Get up tomorrow morning, some wrinkle shows up. You can put retinol, whatever you want, and cover it up. It will show up after you wash away that retinol. Why you are so connected to this? You want to look good. Swami said, be good, not look good. Everything that we want to do is to look good. Behind the curtain, before the curtain. If you are unchanged, you are Shiva. Behind the curtain, you are different. Before the curtain, you are different, you are Shiva. Today, life of people is all about what is before the curtain, not behind the curtain. You have to be pure and unchanged, unsullied. Behind the curtain, before the curtain. Watch yourself on what I am saying, what I am doing, how I am behaving. How is that? Because there is one guy that is watching all the time. You all know who that is. You can't hide from him. How can you be saying I am behind the curtain? Very different from before the curtain. Be unchanging. You are Shiva. You are changing all the time with every single environment. In one circle you are different. Sai circle you are different. Friend circle you are different. Work circle you are different. You can't say Swami's name in front of work circle because they think you are a cuckoo. Therefore you don't want to say his name. You are different from different places. You're different with family, you're different with friends, you're different with different agendas. How can you be calling yourself Shiva? This person is unchanging. This unchanging is, you understand now? It is very easy to say but very difficult to practice, isn't it? But when we connect to what is Shiva consciousness, you are who you are. You are not affected by what is changing. Urdhvaya namaha, the one who is going up. Urdhvalingaya namaha, infinite cosmos. Then next one is Hiranyaya namaha. Hiranya means what is Hiranya means what is good and what is useful. Hita Ramaniya is Hiranya. Hita means useful, Ramaniya, beautiful. When you behave in a way that is useful to others and to yourself and beautiful, then you are Hiranya. Suvarnaya namaha, radiant, beautiful and radiant. Varna means color. Suvarna means beautiful color. What is this color described about? There are 3 different colors associated with us. Those 3 colors are our 3 gunas, and each of them manifested in beauty and radiance. Even when you sleep you look beautiful, then you are Suvarna. Constantly in Nidra, but Rudra without Nidra, always Bhadra. So when you are beautiful and radiant with your qualities, not radiant with applying positive radiance by Aveeno. Not that radiance I am talking about. Radiant naturally, the energy and the love should be springing from every single aspect of your character. Your looks are beautiful, your thoughts are beautiful, your touch is beautiful. When you walk into a place, you raise the energy of that particular gathering. Then you are Suvarna. When you walk in, everybody is like, why the hell this guy came into this room? Then not the Suvarna, Suvarnaya namaha. Then Divyaya namaha, right? No, sorry, is that the next one? Yeah. Divyaya namaha. Divya, wonderful. Divya means the one who is wonderful, miraculous. Then Bhavaya namaha. What is Bhava? Now you see, every one of these Bhava, Bhavani, Shiva, Shivani, Rudra, Rudrani, Mruda, Mrudani. There is a ni associated with everything. Bhavaya namaha means the thought itself is bhava. When our thoughts are positive, then we are bhava. Bhavani means the one who ensures positive thoughts are executed. Bhavani bhavanagamya Bhavaranya Kutharika Bhadra Priya Bhadramurte Bhakta Saubhagyadayini Bhakti Gamya Bhakti Vasya. Now you see, when you chant in Lalita Sahasranama, what is Bhavani? When we are singing Durga Bhavani Ma, we are singing Bhavani, Bhavani, Bhavani. What is Bhavani? What Bhavani is? The one who is actually ensuring that you have thoughts that are only executed, not useless thoughts. Positive thoughts that are translated into action immediately. When we are lost in the myriad of thoughts, Bhavana Agamya, thinking, one fellow will be sitting, meditating, but lot of thoughts, oh my God, thought after thought after thought, everything about himself and everybody else in the world. Thinking, how come this fellow is like that, how come that fellow is like that, how come this person is, what are you doing? Agamya, you are lost in thoughts. Constantly thinking, oh, good, what? Just stop and ask, what am I doing? I am lost in this thought process, right? You are constantly lost. It's like a forest of thoughts. Agamya, Bhavani, Bhavana, Agamya. Then what happened? You are lost in this myriad and forest of thoughts. You are clueless and you have no idea how to bring yourself back. So much lost in thoughts, something happening around you wouldn't even notice. Isn't it? You are lost in so much thought. that person will be saying something. Hey, excuse me, what did you say? Usually that's what happens with me and my wife. She'll be saying something and I'll ask her, what did you say? Because I'm and then, why you are not paying attention? Because I'm lost in some work, okay? Because your body is there, but the mind is not there. Then what happened? You are lost. Bhavana agamya. Then what happens is bhavaranya kutarika. Then what she does is this Shakti Bhavani, Bhava Aranya Kutarika. Kutarika means axe. She will come and take away the entire forest of thoughts. Not one thought, forest. Bhava Aranya Kutarika, like an axe. She'll come and take away all these thoughts. Then what happened? Bhavaya Namaha. Then you will notice a new spring of joy has just born within you. You are present to something that is existing right within you and around you. To be present. Now you see the word present? How beautiful the word is. When you give somebody a gift, what do you say? I am giving you? Present. Our gift from God is present, not past and future. That's why you look at the word present. Present is a gift. Past and future are useless. You can't do anything with them. Present is something that you can do right now. Gift certificate or some card, gift card you give. They should now charge, these cards are available now. You can do whatever you want. God is giving you present. But we are lost in what? Past, much lost in future. Past is past, unchangeable, Swami's quotation. Future is a mystery. Past is something you can't change. Present is present. Bhavaya Namaha means the one who connects you to the present. Sharvaya Namaha. Sharva means the one who is giving most happiness. Shivaya Namaha. Positivity. Yes.
Okay, so when people say don't worry about the future, does that mean you shouldn't think about the future because isn't what you're doing in the present for the future?
Yeah, that's the problem. Now she's asking a very relevant practical question. What do I do in the present? Something I have to do, no?
Also think well before you answer because we have kids. They will say, why study today? Why practice music today for Wednesday's class?
Oh.
That's a constant battle we have in our house.
No, now that is different from being in the present. Okay, now people are confused about. They are all thinking present means something you are doing for future. Is that so?
Could be, right?
No, but
you have, there are some things that are so that the decisions that you make
planning
today affect
your future.
How it is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, if you are yourself, you will never affect. You will never. That means the future is unaffected. But here is the thing: what being present means. Taking your mind away from being here. That is what is present. It doesn't mean that don't think about yourself or don't eat and because I have to, if I don't cook somebody, that's not what I'm saying. You have to cook to be fed your children or whatever. That doesn't mean, but when you are in the action, be in the action but don't clutter that moment with something that you are thinking. It's unnecessary thought process is what we are talking about. Worrying is what many of us do. Worrying is different from being in the present and thinking about the future. When you are here and now, the future comes into the present. It already happens. But what we are doing is we are worrying. Isn't it? Most of the time, if I don't do this, what happens? If I don't do this, I'll tell you, she's not here, but last 2 days my wife has been eating my head. Since past 2 weeks she's asking, we have 2 days off, come on, we have to go out, do something, and I said, okay, it will happen. Why you are worried? No, why? When are you booking the hotel? When? What is all this stuff? I said, don't worry, it will happen.
How long?
How, uncle? I will tell you how, uncle. How, uncle? The hotel is not even booked. 10 minutes before, okay, I'm coming, I'm looking at the hotel. Call, done.
But
And you go there and they say, okay, you are this member, okay, we upgraded you, happened. Then something happened, then all the rest of the stuff. And a beautiful day, everything is so beautifully planned, so much so that when you stop at the place, there is a small bench and ocean looking, nobody is sitting there, only two of us sitting looking at the ocean. How it happened? Oh, perfect spot, how God planned all this for you. Of course He plans everything, why you are worrying? If you worry, then you are thinking, what job, what should I find, how should you are losing the opportunity of that. When you are connected to the present, space and time are unlimited and infinite. Worry takes away our thought process, drains our energy. Don't worry and get lost for future. Be here and then you will be connected. Automatically what needs to happen in the future comes to the present. You sit and you meditate on what needs to happen 10 minutes from now, everything that will come into you. Everything you will attract what is more important with much less energy. That is what is called being in the present. Yes?
So when we do the things at the moment with full focus, with our best ability,
Yeah.
the future is already taken care of.
Right.
So
But that doesn't, but here is the thing, what the confusion they are having is, but what you said is very important. Are you actually connected and being present? You are given some action, you have to be part of that. Everything gets done much more efficiently than what you worrying about, how I should be doing, planning, strategizing and all
But
that.
worrying is not equal to plan. It does not mean planning. Planning doesn't
Yeah.
mean worrying.
No, that's, I'm not saying don't
We are
plan.
only saying planning.
Huh?
Not planning.
What is planning in your mind?
To be prepared.
Be prepared. Yeah, when you are in the present, you are prepared.
But that's the disconnect we have. We
Yes,
don't
just
prepare.
there.
I was given a quote once. We plan, God helps.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what happened. You know, when Swami came for darshan, one time in Whitefield, I was sitting with holding a letter in my hand. I just joined the company, they gave me to an assignment for India. I have no idea what to do. You know, I wrote everything in the letter. I have no clue what to do. This is your project, please take care of it. That's all I wrote. Nothing else. And I was sitting with the letter. Swami comes. Em Samachar, what's the news? And then, you got a project, what are you going to do about it? Now I wrote something in the letter, but I forgot I wrote that, right? Swami, my plan is, I told him. He looked down, he smiled, did like this with his thing. You're telling me your plans? Then I said, please forgive me, Swami. That's not what I wrote. I forgot what I wrote. I said, this is your project, you take care of it. Why am I telling him what my plan is? And then suddenly he looks at us, you have a meeting at 8:30 in Bangalore, no? What's the time now? 7:45. Why are you sitting here? Will you not be late for your meeting? Work is worship. Get out of here. Huh? Then what I am doing? Then I forgot that God is standing in front of me. I am getting up, I am rushing to go. Last minute he holds my collar like this in the back. Dunna pota. Pommante povadavena paada namaskaram cheskoni vellam. See now unaware we are. If I say go, are you not present to the divinity in front of you? You should take paada namaskar, then only go. Then took paada namaskar. I was not late for the meeting. It takes approximately at that time to reach from Whitefield to Bangalore about 1.5 hours. I was there by 8:25. How it happened? Only he knows. Who is planning? That's what when you are present to the infinite energy, abundance within us, when we are present to that, you don't even have to plan it. Everything falls into place right according to that energy that you created. That's what I'm trying to say. Higher level. It's a higher level. When we are strategizing, we are doing, like things just go happen. You have to experience it. I can tell so many examples like that. I have to go from Palo Alto to San Diego. I have to reach to register my daughter for the classes. It will take at least 7.5 hours. and she has to be there by 3:30. We have only 5 hours in our hand, raining like crazy, LA traffic. And my daughter was really nervous. Come on, Dad, I told you you should get up early in the morning. What is this puja you do forever and ever and ever? And I have to sit and wait there. Now you say I'll be missing to register and all that stuff. She said, okay. I said, okay, what 2 things you're worried about? Time and registering, right? I put a tape on the clock of my car. And I said, I'm going to teach you Ganapati Ganapatam, and you are going to learn Ganapati Ganapatam from me, and I'm going to chant. We're not worried about your registering and your time, okay? We're only focusing on Ganapati Ganapatam. That's it. And what is Ganapatam? Okay, you will learn it. You have to focus, concentrate, that's all. And she was learning Ganapati Ganapatam. We were there in 4.5 hours. How it happened?
95 miles an hour.
No, I
flying or driving?
I told her, don't look at dashboard, don't look at time. I am chanting, you are repeating after me. And you are learning Ganapati Ganapatam. This is a very good opportunity we have. We have a lot of time. 5 hours is a lot of time. He says, 5 hours is a lot of time. You know how far is San Diego? Okay, calm down. It will happen. Is that planning or not planning?
That's a disaster, right?
It is and it is not. I mean, that is the point of it. That is the point of it. Now, but that doesn't mean that you are, you're like, there is a difference between a tamasic way of not planning, and a difference in the context of a higher level of consciousness of planning. What you're talking about is procrastinating, God is there, He'll take care of it, let me not do it. That's not what I am talking about. It's not procrastinating. You are actively, when you get a thought, the thought is actually pulling itself. Bring a thought into your consciousness, not plan a thought. You want to accomplish something, you get your energy together and you say, this has to be done, and it will be done. That's different from not doing anything and saying, let Him take care. I don't want to take too much. There are 4 things that recently have been connected to Bhagavan's grace: prayer, blessing, grace, mercy. 4 words. And it is very relevant to what you are asking. Prayer, blessing, grace, mercy. We use these words. Very commonly we use these words. I think I told you what prayer is about. What is prayer? Gratitude. That's what prayer is. You need something, it has to be given, and it happens. Blessing. That prayer is about everything that is related to how your livelihood happens. Blessing is, you are hungry, somebody comes and gives you food. It is a blessing. You need something, God makes it happen. That is a blessing. What is grace? What is mercy? How we use these words with grace of Bhagavan Sri Sat Sai Baba. What is grace of Bhagavan Sri Sat Sai Baba? How do we understand the word grace? Now I am completely deviating from Shiva Upasana mantra, but it is important. You are all saying Bhavaya Namaha. The present. When you undertake a task, listen to this dear, very important. When you undertake a task that is beyond your capacity and your courage and the faculties that are given to you, you have to apply all those to the best possible. And when your best is not found enough and He comes and fills that difference to make it happen, that is grace. Listen to this carefully. Grace is, you have a project you have to do. And that project has some deadline, like what I am describing. You have a task. That task is beyond your capacity of faculties that God has given you, and your mind, your intellect, your ability to do it. And then what happens? You need more energy to fill that. That means what? You have to apply all your faculties to the best possible. And when your best is not found enough to accomplish that task which you have in your mind, when God comes and fills that delta, that is grace. Now when you understood this, now you know what is planning and what is not planning. There are things that you have to do which are completely under your own capacity, and you make them happen. It's His blessing. You understand? You are grateful to what you already received. God gave you good body, good faculties, good mind, a healthy body, good family, good food, shelter. This is your gratitude. Yes, thank you for what you have already given me. And that is prayer. I need this, I'm hungry, I need some food. Somebody comes and gives food. That's a blessing. Now this is simple task. You want to do a project. You have to reach in San Diego in 5 hours. Don't repeat it as please. Yeah. I'm getting into trouble now. What I'm saying is that's beyond your capacity, but you have to accomplish that task, and you know it is not possible with your own ability. You have to drive, you have to carefully drive, you have to make sure that you are not hitting anybody and all that kind of stuff. It's under and you're putting your best. You know your best is not found enough. Then you invoke His grace and He will come and fill the delta. That is grace. That is what I am talking about. Is being in the present means apply all your faculties that God has given to the task in front of you. And if that is something that is under your capacity to do, great. It's His blessing. If it is not under your capacity to do, like a super specialty hospital, it's impossible for human beings to accomplish that task. But they are all focused on the task. They are given the task. They are asked to do the task. You know it is not possible, and with your own capacity. But you have to work hard. You have to have all the details figured out. Then you say, Swami, I am not the one that is going to make this happen. This is beyond my capacity. This is beyond my courage. Then His grace will come and you will accomplish that task. Now what is mercy? Now I'm giving you some beautiful insights that Bhagavan has given recently. Mercy is something you don't even know what to ask. He comes and gives it. That is mercy. Mercy means you have no idea why you have even come into that world, into this world. What's the purpose of me coming into this world? What is God's intent of creating me? You will not be able to understand that. Impossible. But when He comes and He discloses and He says, this is the purpose for which you have come, and I will give you what you are not going to ask for because you don't even know what to ask. When He makes that happen, that is mercy. We are simply using all these words. When we actually connect to this energy, that what I am talking about, that in itself is grace of God. Because now you know what awareness you are dealing with. Now when I am saying be in the present, that doesn't mean be a lazy fellow. That doesn't mean be inactive. That doesn't mean be lethargic. What it is, in fact, when we put our mind and faculties to a task, no matter how much you plan, it will get done much more faster when you are present in the moment, because you are applying your faculties with full capacity and courage to the task given to you. And you know, it's simple. From driving home from here, do you require God's grace? Hello? Of course you don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, generally speaking, yes, it's under your capacity. God has given you good legs and good mind, and don't drink, don't drive like a stupid fellow, do all that stuff. But you're late for a class. It's beyond your capacity. When you're saying, no, I'm not intentionally late for this class, it is you. I started doing this and you want me to chant Vishnu Sahasranam. What can I say? Okay, I chant Vishnu. Oh, it's getting late. Okay, this is okay. He'll take care of it. But I am doing something at a higher consciousness. And so there is a difference. What we are talking about is very, very different levels. When people are saying be present, that doesn't mean be lazy. Be procrastinating. When you require things, and children are much more, they have the capacity and courage to do that. We are worried about them not able to do that. We want to push them, hey, do. And the fellow is saying, come on, it's only music class practice. No, I can get it done in 2 minutes. What's your problem, right? They are thinking like that. No, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm generally, because they know that it is doable, but when they are procrastinating, yes. When it is coming to the last minute, yes. But what I am saying is, the present Bhavaya Namaha means the one who helps you to be present here, to be when you are present to the task in front of you. Imagine how it gets done. Then you are not worried about it. The worry is the one that slows you down. Any amount of task that is in front of you, when you put your worry away, you are able to do it much more effectively. I think I'll stop here. Bhavaya Namaha, Bhavalingaya Namaha. And this beautiful Shivopasana mantra is divided into 3 pieces. The first piece is invocation. How we are invoking the Supreme Consciousness with these mantras. Then, once you establish yourself in this consciousness, Sarvalinga Sthapayati Pani Mantram Pavitram. Then you have invoked Supreme Consciousness around you. Then, what is Shivopasana is the 5 elements of the nature which are fundamental to our existence. They all come and manifest automatically around you. And those are referred to as Sadyojata mantras. And once you invoke those mantras, then you are able to connect to the infinite consciousness, the Sadyojata mantras. And beyond the Sadyojata mantras is actually the prayers associated with invoking the Creator and the creation. The first mantras, the Shivaya Namaha, Shivalingaya Namaha, it's invoking creative consciousness. Creator. Sadyojata mantras are creation. And worshipping them together is the last part of the Shivopasana mantra. So you practice the without Namaha, the Namaha top. Practice those mantras, and next class I will go into the Sadyojata mantras and their meaning. Jai Saram. Let's close with Om and Trisha. Om Shanti.